So today I took a tour of Metro Center. Now Metro Center is torn down now, and this is what it looks like now. For those of you who ever went here or grew up here, it's just a shame. I grew up in the. I went to high school in the '70s over here and '80s, and Metro Center was built right around in the early '70s, and that was actually one of the biggest malls in the United States at that time. And they had a skating ring at right where the food court was. It was it was gorgeous. And then back in the like uh, late '70s, early '80s, I was too old for this, but they used to cars used to just drive around the mall. That's how you picked up went on dates. You just drive around the mall. And I remember, you got to remember this back in the '80s. There was cops, and what they would do at that time, they would write your license plate down. They'd type it in a computer, or whatever, and then if you did like two turns, whatever, two times around the mall, they'd give you a ticket. But it was a place to go to. They had movie theaters there. And so many memories I had of that place. That was just a fun place to go to. It's a shame to see it like this. I mean, this is to be a like a repair center for cars. And I think at that time, back in the '80s, '90s, it used to be part of Sears, if I'm not mistaken. But it's all boarded up now. It just really sad how this looks like now. Now the only building that's still staying up, really, pretty much in that area, is the Sears store. This used to be the Sears store, and this is iconic. I used to love coming in here. In fact, I think I bought my refrigerator here and my washing machines here. This is back in the '90s. At that time, it was a bustling place full of activity. And I think that Sears location was probably one of the busiest stores in Phoenix. And at that time, it was always busy. The parking lot was always filled with cars. There was I think at least two movie theaters there. Um, and now I remember going to the movies all the time in that area. So it was really a fun place. And I believe this is where the food court used to be at, right around this area, right where I think the building's still standing. That's where the food court was at. And but I really can't remember. I just don't. And I think that, see that building that's still standing on the left-hand side, that's a storage area. That's not going to be destroyed. They just built that there. So that's part of their plans. And here I am driving around the area. See how it's all fenced off now? And I'm going to go into the plans that they have for Metro Center. So that's where Sears used to be at. I got my bike stolen here. Had to be back in the '90s. By that time, it was like it was going downhill. It's just unbelievable how how it used to look and how it looks now. This looks so crappy. Can you believe at one time it was like the best mall in America? See, here's where it gets all fenced off. But like I said, they got some big plans for this place. And here's some of the businesses around here. I'm sure they're not doing that well. T-Mobile. I mean, there's no cars in the parking lot. There used to be like a ice cream parlor. I don't know if it's still there. I don't think it would be. I mean, nobody goes there. The only thing you see there is a lot of homeless people. Now, they do have a Walmart there also too, but I don't like going to that one because you can't. When you want to buy anything, everything's locked up. So I'd rather just buy things online and go to that store. Now, you do have a Phoenix Library there, and it's right across the street from the mall. I would never go in there, and I haven't been there in years. Just look at it. It's like somebody broke out that window in the front. The landscape is terrible. It looks it looks just beat up. Yeah, I wouldn't. When I was there maybe a couple of years ago, and there was a bunch of homeless people in there. So that's the last time I went in that particular library. Yeah, I just think it's not really safe. Well, enough of the bad things about Metro Center. Yeah, it's the Metro Center that I used to know is gone, but it has a bright future. Now they built this uh, transit center for the light rail, and Phoenix put a lot of money in this one. I mean, uh, they uh, they probably put in the millions for this particular uh, uh, thing. And it's really cool because it's there's a there's a bridge across the freeway, the I-17, and at nighttime it lights up. So it's really neat to drive by there. So that's one good thing. That tells you a lot that Phoenix is going to put some money in this place. But let me tell you the rest. Now, when I go to a concert downtown or a basketball game, baseball game, I don't like taking my car downtown because it's just too crowded. And you pay just outrageous amounts for parking. What I do is just leave my car parked here, take the light rail down to Phoenix. It's only like a couple of bucks, really. It's cheap, and just come back on the light rail. And it takes about probably was it 20 minutes to get downtown. Pretty quick. So that's one good thing about Metro Center. Now, here's a light rail train. So that's where you get a train and go to Phoenix, or you can go to Mesa. And the light rail, they're pulling stuff to South Phoenix now, and I'm sure it's going to go to the Cardinal Stadium eventually, which is in West Phoenix. Well, Metro Center is going to be Metropolitan from now on. That's the new name that City of Phoenix is giving it. Now, they're spending a lot of money for this thing. You remember, they got to remove the asbestos and all this stuff. It's going to take time, but they're putting $850 million into a redevelopment project, which which that's gonna it's gonna make it great. It's gonna be corridor by creating a vibrant multi-use urban village. And the redevelopment plan includes townhouses, retail spaces, restaurants, parks, bike paths, and more. And it's one of the companies is doing it is Concord Wilshire Capital, which is I see some of their other things they built, and they're pretty good at building stuff, and they have a reputation for large scale and impactful projects. And I see really good things with Venture Center now. And I remember the city of Phoenix wouldn't have put all that money. They probably put 100, I think it's $150 million in that in that train thing. So they're putting a lot of money in that area. Phoenix is putting a lot of money in that area. So in a few years, in about another couple of years, you're going to see it really be something to really be proud of. And right uh, t- on the other side of this is a Walmart center. When they put Walmart in, I thought, well, that's a good sign, you know. But what they didn't do is they didn't connect it to a Metro Center, and the reason why is because their Metro Center was going to be totally torn down, so it wasn't going to be a um, like an indoor mall anymore. It's going to be like the new plans is an outdoor mall. And here you can see the Walmart. I don't remember what this building was. I just can't remember what it was. That brown building. I mean, it was some department store. I just don't remember which one it was. So long ago. Now here's a sign here. This is Dillard's, so it might have been Dillard's. I don't remember. But the whole thing is surrounded by fencing, so you really can't look inside. And I'm sure it's gonna take a. They're gonna demolish it in phases, and it'll probably take another year or so before it's all torn down. Maybe less. And here's another picture of the light rail center. Like I said, that would just open up maybe a year ago. We're on there, and see where that whatever that Optimum sign is. That used to be a Circuit City years ago. Remember Circuit City? They went out of business. God, back in the had to be late '90s, early 2000s, right around there. The bad thing about this place is I don't like really like coming down here. You got so many homeless people. There's like a like canal right down across the street from here, and that's where all the homeless people congregate at. And it's not as bad as it used to be, but I wouldn't ride a bike here at nighttime. I just wouldn't do it. It's too dangerous. But like I said, in a few years, it could be totally different. Now, here's one of the things that they just put here is a storage center, and that's going to stay here. I mean, they just built it, and I don't remember what store this used to be either. I just you know, but it used to be some kind of store. Remember Harkins? And there used to be another theater across the street, and that was I think it was U of A. I think it was. I'm not sure. But towards the end, they were both really ghetto. And I remember Harkins. They used to always have specials because it was so run down. Towards the end, it was like you didn't want to go in there. You're pretty much taking your life in your own hands, walking in that area, or having your car broken into. So I would keep away from this area. But that was in the past now. It's totally transformed. Well, it's getting there. And if you drive around, you'll see stuff from the past if they haven't torn down. The food court, Walmart, and a Sure Thing storage. Like I said, that's staying there. I just built that. So, but well, I think what I'm going to do is every 6 months I'm going to walk over. I'm going to drive over here and take pictures because this was a really big part of my childhood, growing up in Phoenix. So I'm really excited about this place. And I don't live too far from here. I live probably around 5 miles from here. And I remember when Metro Center was even built, when we used to ride our bikes in this area. That was back in the early 70s. I think it was built in 73. And back then, this was considered way out of town. Well, not way out of town, but it was considered out of town. And this area here is about the closest you can get to Metro Center, the old Metro Center. And God, I wish I could remember what the store was. I don't remember. But like I said, I'm going to come over here every 6 months, take take video of it and see the transformation. I'm excited about it now. I think in 2 years you're going to see something really, really, really rebirth of this area. And I live in this area, so it's great for me. Like when you go to Arrowhead now, Arrowhead's kind of dying out. Yeah, to me it is. You go to the mall, and Arrowhead used to be. Arrowhead was one of the reasons Metro Center was kind of went out of business. Now I think once you see the rebirth of this place, I think you're going to see more people coming out here because they're going to build apartments, restaurants. It's going to be a really nice area. But anyway, what I do is I go around town. I go to different events in Phoenix, and I put them on my YouTube channel. So if you want to do fun things in Phoenix, subscribe to my channel. Give me a like, and I will talk to you later.